Okay.
And no, it's not anymore.
It was on a 17-second delay.
17.5 second.
It's something I've noticed more and more recently,
And we're back.
Annoying.
Yeah. I'm sick to death of it as well. Don't worry. But Future of the Daleks, very good.
Yes.
Really enjoyed it. Noonan doing very well indeed. 7 out of 10, new boy. 7 out of 10.
You know, they did avoid doing the cliche. The Doctor never faces the robot doctor.
No, he doesn't. Which would have been a lot more easy on audio than on the telly.
Yes.
That's why I've been calling Edmund Warwick.
I think that's why they don't do it, because you wouldn't have done it on 60s telly.
Vaughn, you could have played the robot doctor.
They did do it in 60s telly. The chase, they meet, they have a fight. In fact, it's mentioned in this audio. The Doctor pulls out the chest wires.
Oh, right. Yes.
And then, of course, you got Salamander and the second Doctor.
That's true.
They meet and they fight. No, I couldn't.
If you played one version of the Doctor, Noonan could play the other version, and then you could have like a Hartnell off.
You're desperate for that to happen.
Everyone would get what they've been wanting for since this whole drama started.
There's a drama?
There's a drama.
Okay.
Yes, Hartnell off.
It's not going to happen. Plus, if you're going to make, for the sake of the story, the person playing the robot and the Doctor have got to be the same, so the voice sounds the same. Stephen and I sound different. We both sound like Hartnell, but we still sound different.
It's perfect then.
It's not going to happen, Brian. Big
I'm
Finish
just
don't
saying,
want to know
who doesn't want to see a Hartnell off? You don't count.
Look, we're both comfortable with our performances. Thank you very much. We don't feel the need.
Yes, I'm sure you are, and they're both excellent performances, top notch. However, I want to see it.
If it were going to happen, and it won't. It would have to be scripted.
Who would win, the Justice League or the Avengers?
The Avengers.
How do you know?
Because they're Marvel.
But
Yes,
I've seen the crossovers with Superman with Thor's hammer and Captain America's shield.
I have long maintained that none of these people would fight each other because they're all superheroes and they all have the same goal.
You've not read comic books,
so
have you?
Why would they fight each other?
No.
Well, no, I don't read
opposing ideology and
ideology.
Yeah, I don't.
Ideology in this case.
I don't read comics, and that's not a problem with comics. It's that I want words and pictures on the same page, and the pictures telling the majority of the story doesn't work for my brain.
Okay, that's fair enough.
So it is an art form that doesn't work for me. So yes,
it's a shame because obviously you'll miss out on certain classics.
Yeah,
but that's what the movie's for.
I haven't missed them so far.
Oh dear! But no,
and I thought Superman versus Batman was a stupid concept anyway. So
he's rich.
Well, why would you fight each other?
Because
what did either of you have to gain?
Because there's always either a bad guy behind it, or there's some sort of misunderstanding, which will get sorted out towards the end, and they'll team up and take that week's bad guy.
The bad guy out.
So couldn't we skip to the conversation part and then take the bad guy out and not fight each other?
But the thrill is seeing the different characters, the different superheroes, fight and meet because they're normally in their own comics.
Yeah, well, I have no problem with them meeting. I like a good team up. I just don't see why they would fight each other. It seems very silly to me.
Because everybody always asks the question, who would win in a fight?
It's a dumb question. Who makes better cookies? That's an important question.
The Vision.
that's an important question. What are their specialty dishes and what do they bring to the table at the potluck? That's an important question. Which one can't be trusted to cook and has to bring the paper towels?
The one that can't cook would be D-Man. The one that can cook would be Vision. He makes several.
With you on D-Man.
Hey, D-Man is awesome.
D-Man's crap. But he's awesome because he's crap.
D-Man smells like crap.
Well, that's where he lives. Nowadays.
But we don't, go
it's the
shaming
superhero
the
with hardly...
guy with the
Does he
brain
actually have any
injury.
powers, D-Man?
Yes.
What are they?
He's got power broker, enhanced strength, and durability.
Right.
Kind of
okay.
like John Walker.
He's a superhero with nothing special, if I may say that. Who slowly over the years
in the
has
Unlimited
got...
Class Wrestling Federation.
Same with the Thing. Yeah, exactly. And
he got his powers from the same place that John Walker did.
Okay. And unfortunately, over the years, because he's such a secondary character, he's become a comedy character. And every time you see him, life's just that bit worse for him. Last time I saw him, he was actually living in the sewers.
With the Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles?
No, different comic strip.
No, you see, what happened was he palled around with Captain America during his whole Captain phase.
Yes.
Then he suffered some kind of injury and was thought dead for a while. Only he wasn't, but he had brain damage. So he's living as a homeless person now.
Are we sure this is a comic book and not like One Life to Live? Or like Days of Our Lives?
50-50.
That sounds like a soap opera plot.
50-50. Only he's never gotten better. And, he still lives as a homeless person and smells even worse.
Keeps turning up every now and again trying to get... He keeps trying to get into the Avengers, and it's quite sad.
No, every time there's a big everybody who's ever been an Avenger shows up, he's always there.
Yep.
With a circle of about 6 feet around him.
Yep.
Because
it's D-Man. Right then. So, do we appreciate Fugitive of the Daleks? She said, getting back on track.
We do. And I would say, if you want something to sort of listen to on your commute, this is a good one to pick because each episode is kind of its own thing. Mm-hmm. So you can finish it in half an hour or so.
So you're not supposed to sit there and binge all 6 episodes at once in the small hours of the morning?
No.
Right.
I think I see the flaw in your plan, Siobhan.
The continuing mystery makes you want to come back. But each chunk is a manageable chunk. So it's sort of value for money, I guess, because you're getting quite a lot of story. And Big Finish is excellent at making you really care about your characters because they're getting in your head. It's audio, and audio is an intimate medium. And they make you really care about their characters. And they have put their characters through some horrific, mind-bending, heartbreaking stuff over the years. Even in ones that are otherwise comedic. I'm looking at you, pirates.
I'm sorry, but the Sixth Doctor is not the model of a very Gallifreyan buccaneer. That's me.
But this is one where if you want to listen to a fun audio adventure with the Doctor with some twists and turns and surprises and characters, and there's a character we haven't mentioned.
Oh, yeah. Dead Azza.
Yes. Well, she's on the cover.
Oh yeah, so is she? I don't know. I've got the download, so I don't.
She's on the cover.
Is actually on the app. Oh, for heaven's sake, Siobhan.
Well, it comes up on my phone when I'm listening
to it. It's a nice cover,
I get the picture. Yes, very nice cover.
Reminded me of the 10th anniversary special.
Although I probably don't think that's what Vicky's running around in the whole time in the TARDIS, because
that's what I thought.
Ride a horse and things. That would be very challenging.
Anyway.
So
next week.
I would recommend it.
Next show, even. Don't know what the big finish is going to be, because we've got 2-week gap. There's some stuff. I mean, we can do the Sontaran and Rutan War. The first one's an Eighth Doctor one. But then there's going to be a Third Doctor jobby. I can't remember what the rest is. It's lots of Dan Starkey, basically. But the choice is yours. If you want to do a Sontaran Rutan thingy, we can. We'll see. Like I said, I'm not sure what's coming.
The Sontaran Rutan War?
Yeah, man.
That's some heavy stuff.
Some heavy shit, man.
Does the Field Marshal show up again?
Field Marshal Cat?
Yeah.
No, not that I'm aware of. A different time zone. This is why I love James Goss's writing. Anyway, the Doctor Who. Next time round. Now, Brian, I said to you, do you want to pick one? Would you like to choose a favourite to do? And I'm making the same offer to you as well.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, but obviously Brian got in there first because he's a git.
Yes, of course.
Okay.
You've not prepared this, have you?
No, I have. I just am not sure if I want to go with the one I picked or a different one.
Well, what's the different one?
The different one would be a season 20 episode.
Ooh, not my favourite. But that's interesting. That is interesting.
The one I picked would be a Pertwee era.
You know how to make your auntie happy, don't you?
Yeah, but do I want to do that?
It's your choice. What was the season 20?
The season 20 was going to be Madrin Undead.
Mordrin Undead.
Modern.
It's Welsh for dead undead.
Okay.
Who knew? 2 Brigadiers. Blumvich limitation effect. Boom. Or Zap in this particular instance. And the other one? The Pertwee?
Demons.
You want to do the demons again?
I love the Demons episode, okay? The whole arc is awesome.
Okay, thing is, we did that fairly recently with Toby.
Toby's not here, man.
Okay, but you were there for it.
I'm just saying, Toby's not here.
We'll do the demons.
No,
we'll do the
something
demons.
different.
No, we'll do the demons. I've got something in the back of my mind, but that's good. I can put that on hold. That gives me something to come back to. We can do the demons. However, we're also going to do another 6-part story. It's not Doctor Who.
Okay.
It's called Neverwhere by Neil Gaiman.
Oh, okay.
The TV adaptation, which is where it came from. All about London below. Neverwhere.
Yeah, I've seen Neverwhere.
Is that on
It's
Britpop?
been a while.
No, I'm going to have to provide... It's on YouTube. I'm going to provide you a link for the playlist. 6 episodes, 6 half-hour episodes. I was going to offer to do it once a show, and I thought, no, that would take 6 weeks, but then it would take 12 weeks, so no. Yeah. It's made in the 90s. It's to highlight the plight of homelessness, which is why Lenny Henry's involved in it. And
Yeah, I got it.
there should be a YouTube playlist there.
Yeah, I have it.
All right. And it's all done on videotape, but there's a hell of a lot of location work. Also, it might be advisable to have a tube map handy for some of the names.
A what?
A tube map. A map of the London
Yeah,
Underground.
that ain't happening. I'm probably going to watch it at work.
Oh, well, you don't need it. It's just to get the references, that's all. You know, you call someone, I don't know, you go to the Blackfriars. You know, we know what the Blackfriars is. You might not. That's why it's, yeah. It's really good. It is of its time. There's no two ways about that. And you will never guess who the Angel Islington is. Yeah, and it's also got Patterson Joseph doing the best audition to play the Doctor you've ever seen. And his
Have
coat,
you
I
ever heard
want
of
his coat.
Have you ever heard of a British series called Hex?
No.
Ran for 2 seasons.
No. can't have been on one of the main channels. It must have been a satellite TV thing.
It had Michael Fassbender in it.
I actually know who that is, but no idea.
It had Joseph Morgan in it.
Don't know who that is. Oh, Brian. You're so
Christina
hopeful.
Cole?
No.
No.
When will you learn?
No, I know. I just like, seeing.
One
if
day your
anything
optimism will
sparks
opt
a
it out.
memory.
Anyway, so we're doing
If there's
Neverwhere.
any light left in there.
I'd love to ask Neil Gaiman to come on to talk about that, Good Omens, The Doctor's Wife, etc.
Yes.
Fuck it, what's the worst that could happen? All right. It's not going to happen,
Yes.
Brian. We're giving him 2 weeks' notice to come on Discord live on
Whenever
a live
he
show
wants.
with the
No.
public have got access to.
It's
Well,
Neil himself.
Yes.
So we'll just go with whenever he wants.
but that's going to
Come
fuck
on.
up my schedule.
It's Neil himself.
But it's going to fuck up my schedule.
But it's Neil himself.
Y'all are arguing over something that isn't going to happen
I
anyway,
know.
so good luck.
I know.
What she said. We know this.
You are watching. No, it isn't going to happen.
But I found
Everybody knows it's not going to happen. However, should it ever in the realm of...
we'll have Jess and
He is
Retta
a
watching.
chaos god. So he could just say, fuck it, I'll do it.
We do that. Retta's going to start going on about us all being famous. It'll. Oh God, no. All right. I saw it back when it was originally broadcast, and loved it then. Because it's on tape. It's the BBC. All right, it's a crucial production of BBC, but it's just got something still that BBC coziness that I used to get growing up, even though we don't quickly visit the planet film in this. We do stay on the planet videotape. It's very good. You will, I hope, adore Mr. Croup and Mr. Vandemar. Mr. Croup is particularly he does a lot of talking. He's very verbose. He's eaten the Pitman Jane Baker. It's a great little story. I saw it on the telly. I had it on video back in the day. Then I got hold, when I was working at Milk, I got hold of the book, which also has the illustrations and the short story How the Marquis Got His Coat Back. And then I saw it, I've been looking for it for ages, and suddenly somebody's popped up all 6 episodes in good quality on YouTube. So I thought, fuck, we'll take the chance. We'll do it. It's good. It's good stuff. Remember the context, though. This is 30 years ago.
Oh no, the 90s.
Yeah, which in my head were 10 years ago, but never mind.
Right? It was like, 10 years ago maybe. We're in the 90s. It's fine.
Right, I'll let you talk about Kolchak for a little bit, but we're going on for nearly 2 hours already somehow.
Oh, there isn't that much to
Have
say
you
about
figured
culture.
in the amount of time
it's
we
like that,
spent
is it?
frozen and offline?
Oh, by the way, Lila, I'm sorry if I keep interrupting. I'm having a bad
That's
one
okay.
tonight. I did that
That's
throughout
okay.
her review.
I'm just an asshole. I'm sorry.
Look, it's honesty. Come on now. Credit.
Oh.
So, go on. Do
Yes,
talking.
Kolchak.
Tell us a
this-
story.
This one is one that actually could have turned out to be non-supernatural, and there's an easy way it could have been non-supernatural, and they did not choose to go that route. They went the dumb route.
I'm going to enjoy this.
So basically, it's a Scooby-Doo episode, but with a knight instead of a ghost. There's a guy, there's a caretaker, an elderly caretaker, well, middle-age-ish.
Not Old Man Jenkins.
Might as well be.
Okay.
slightly more physically feisty.
What's he
but yes.
taking care of? Is it
He's
a
taking
dilapidated,
care of-
rundown fun fair?
No, medieval museum.
Oh, that'll do
That
it.
for no
Oh,
readily- for no
Jinkies.
readily explored reason is in the
Jinkies.
middle of Chicago.
Yep. Well, Chicago has everything. We know
Arr.
that. It's like Springfield in that case.
Yes,
Arr.
yes. And but is being turned into a discotheque.
Not one of those modern newfangled things.
It is by, get this,
Boinks.
a soda conglomerate
That's very random.
for reasons.
Evil
Now, hang on.
soda
It's a
executives
soda-
are
hang on,
turning-
hang on.
Turning
This-
a museum into a.
Hang on. Is it the soda people doing it for reasons? You know, there's reasons it's soda people doing it, or it's been turned into a disco for reasons.
It's being turned into a disco because the guy running it, the script picked out the thing he would hate the most, and that's what it's being turned into. And it's being done by an interior decorator that what I wrote in my notes, because this one I did watch,
You made notes.
is if Margot Ledbetter turned to American interior design.
That goes
Ruh-oh.
completely over Brian's head, but I know exactly what you mean.
She's wearing floral polyester. And has a wonderful scene before her inevitable murder.
Were there pigs?
There were not pigs.
No pigs. Okay.
No,
pigs.
no. But there's a wonderful phone conversation in probably the best bit of dialogue in the whole thing,
Yep.
where Kolchak comes in her house and she's lounging in her pajamas, in lounging pajamas. Not,
That's a thing?
You know,
Leisure pajamas.
Leisure.
yes, leisure
Leisure.
pajamas. And she's lounging there on the phone with somebody, and she sees him come in. And she's there. She asks Kolchak, theft or robbery? What are you here for? Or no, theft or rape? What are you here for? And then he's like, I'm not here for either one. And she turns to her friend on the phone. Is like, oh, how terribly disappointing. He tells me I'm not supposed to be afraid of him.
Okay. Fair.
I
How
have
good was the
questions
monster?
now.
How good was the
Yeah.
monster?
Oh, the monster is actually, it's a knight in armor.
Right, so that's an easy one for them to do. How many policemen flew through the air?
Oh, I don't think any policeman flew through the air.
Did any police
Did
captains
anyone
get very
shoot the
upset with
armor?
Kolchak?
Yes. People get upset with Kolchak. Actually, the second best character, the Minerva's the best character. The second best character is the police detective, who doesn't really want to be a police detective. He wants to be a novelist.
Okay.
So he is extremely experienced. He has this wonderful reputation. He clearly is getting ready to write his memoirs.
Yeah.
And so he keeps saying things like, picture it, Chicago, a city of 1 million souls.
Basically, he's opening Kolchak.
Yes, yes. But he wants to talk about the psychology, and he uses $10 words, and he's just, and Kolchak is utterly baffled by all of it. So he'll be
different.
saying, and the police, the chief is put on all of these cases where people are essentially murdered with medieval weapons. The knight is very helpfully using a selection of medieval weaponry.
I have a question.
Yes.
Was the knight brought to life using the substitutionary locomotion spell?
Probably.
Okay.
So the obvious solution to the case is that the old caretaker is mad that his museum is being dismantled and is using the medieval and he speaks, we hear that he talks to the medieval displays and reads them his own poetry.
I talk to you lot.
Yes. You do, however, spare us your poetry.
Talking of which.
Oh, speaking of poetry, the doctor is back on the poetry kick, I see.
Is he? I didn't see one. Oh, that's a photo of my
I
dad.
believe so.
Anyway, random poet. Sorry, a little bit. When
But
this
it's not
happens,
your
it's instant.
poetry.
It's not my
It's
poetry.
from our
Yes.
good doctor
It's,
friend.
it's from Dr. Sinister. It's called Utter Shite, apparently. There was this poet the other night, Mel. I got told my writings were utter shite, but I'm going to carry on despite all those people who think they're right. There's nothing wrong with a bit of fun, even if it doesn't please everyone. Hate, disinterest, when all's said and done. It's nice to generate any kind of emotion. Iffy there. So feel free to carry on with the abuse. I'm not going to stick my head in a noose. I'm going to scribble, write and produce more poems for you all, because I like to amuse. I'm the world's bestest poet, a lyrical bard. I'll take... Sorry, we're heading into... I've Got the Power by Snap.
Is he rapping?
He's heading there, isn't he? I'll take what you throw at me. It's not that hard. I'm not after praise, prizes or reward. Any foul comments I'll just disregard. Word!
Is the Doctor going to 8 Mile?
Yes.
I'd pay to see that. Trouble is, he is actually a very mild person. And there's a photo of my daddy
So back to
at work.
Oh, how lovely.
back to
Kolchak.
Kolchak.
Oh, yeah, that.
I do have a question.
Yes.
Were they chanting Trigunas, Macoides, Trincorum,
Decorum,
Saint Steve?
Yes, well, they should have been. Because the obvious thing is that this guy did it. And he's wearing the armor and using the weapons from the museum. And Kolchak actually sees the knight in full armor attack Minerva.
The little old
And
lady.
he's trying to protect her and gets knocked out and injured.
Hang on, the little old lady from the office.
No, she's not a little old lady. She's the feisty interior designer lady.
Oh, right. I'm thinking, I can't remember her name. Miss Thingamy Bobby, Miss Pickles in the office.
Oh no!
Yes, no.
She makes
Margot
it to the end
Ledbetter.
of the series.
Oh, thank God.
Yes.
I'd be bad
Yes,
otherwise.
No, not her. So he gets knocked out. He sees the knight. He goes to the police detective and says, "You're not going to believe me," because the detective basically accuses him of doing it, as usual. And the detective basically threatens to torture him.
Hey, Republican Party's got to Chicago.
So anyway, they try the armor on display on the curator of the museum, and it doesn't fit. It doesn't fit, so it isn't him.
Sorry.
If the armor doesn't fit, right?
If the
You
flipper
must have
doesn't
quit.
fit.
So, it's obviously not him. Except, wouldn't he wouldn't, like, this is a guy who really values his museum pieces and gets mad when anybody touches them. He wouldn't be wearing them around. He would have a duplicate. Obviously.
Yes, obviously.
The obvious solution is he's got another suit of armor somewhere.
Right. Yep. Did I mention that
right?
in the show?
No, because that is not the solution.
It's a little bit sensible solution here, boys and girls.
The solution is a different suit of armor is the spirit of the knight who is killing all the people involved in destroying this museum because it's part of an ancient medieval curse. It's not a well-explained curse. He does go to about 4 different experts of the week. But it's not a well-explained curse.
Are any of them people we would recognize from other shows?
Probably,
When
but
you
I
say
did not
we-
recognize that.
When you say we, Brian.
Me.
Ah, right. But you must have watched this. Brian, we're doing this because you wanted to do this.
I ran out of time.
Oh,
I told you this week.
If
has been
that isn't the
kicking my
perfect
ass.
flashing blade response. Yeah, that's cool.
This week
Yeah, I
has been
wanted to do
kicking
it.
my
I haven't
ass.
done it, though.
It's quite all right because you
approve.
did not miss much. Kolchak is not on form in this one.
Aw.
He
And there we go. And it's me. So sorry about this, folks.
gets
What's wrong with
thwarted
Carl?
by a telephone inspector.
We missed a bit there, but don't worry,
Oh,
boys and
he gets
girls.
thwarted by a telephone inspector.
Hey, baby. Yeah, okay.
B-Arc sanitizing telephones kind of guy.
Oh, I remember years ago, back in 1987, when I was working as an accountant. I was doing goods in. So basically stuff we all had to pay. And I got an invoice for telephone sanitizing, and I pissed myself laughing for the rest of the day, and I got into a lot of trouble. Sorry. Come on.
Well, this guy.
I didn't
comes in
think
and
they were
he's-
real. I didn't think it was a real
Well,
thing.
he's actually not there to sanitize, but yes, it was a real thing. But he comes in. Kolchak is trying to get information from him. He's one of the experts of the week, but nobody will actually pick up the phone. Typical phone company stuff. So he says he sabotages his own phone and gets the guy in to fix it. And the guy absolutely immediately clocks that he's messed with a phone and then takes away the two other secret phones he had for some reason that the phone company didn't know about. It's not a great episode. Everybody
gathering
involved is running out of steam.
Hello, Trixie. So how many
And
episodes are
No,
left?
it's towards the end of the
I
season.
was going to say, how many episodes are left? Two. Okay. Does it go out on a high note, do you know?
I do not know because I don't think I've seen the last one.
Brian has. Brian can't remember, can he?
Nick at Night was a long time.
So that's next week. Sorry, not next week, in 2 weeks' time. 9 o'clock UK time, 4 p.m. Eastern. We'll be looking at The Demons, Neverwhere, A Big Finish of some description, and the penultimate episode of Kolchak, because I can't get away from it.
The Youth Killer.
I wonder what that could be about.
Would you like the one sentence blurb?
So
Are you
that's,
sure?
Yeah. What are you doing next week, Brian?
Working. Oh, but Saturday,
Yes.
over on Thaco Gaming,
I did wonder. Yes.
we have another episode of Tales of the Astral Sea.
You don't say.
I say,
Wow.
Will there be dragons?
there
It's
will
got
be
me.
a dragon.
Yes.
There will be romance.
It's vomit-inducing.
There will be
She's
chicanery.
throwing herself at him, and that poor bloke doesn't know what the hell's going on. Chicanery.
Chicanery.
I like chicanery. Though that could be a very teak thing, to be fair. As long as it explodes at
Dragons,
the end
romance,
of it.
and chicanery.
Don't get better than that.
All on the next episode of Tales of the Astral Sea.
Where hopefully we'll get out of that bloody desert.
I hate to tell you this, but the entire planet's like that.
Yeah, but there's got to be a town somewhere.
And you haven't even hit the hot spot.
There's got to be. I mean, we've got the ghost towns, but there's also. There's got to be a proper thing. I mean, the ghost town.
Oh,
yeah.
there are several proper towns.
Hey, hey, okay.
You're going to be there a while.
Oh, that's fun.
Well, the ship split in half.
Did it? I've forgotten about
Upon
that, you
landing.
bastard.
Takes a while to repair something like that.
Oh,
If you can.
hang on. Between you and me, should we piss them off? Should we go and get a new ship? So, got us a new ship. See what the captain's face will look
See,
like.
the problem with that is you don't have a power source for this new ship.
Got Bob.
Are you sure Bob is going to follow you?
If the necessary treats are put
Have you
there.
bonded with Bob? Have you accepted Bob into your life?
I am not having a freaky third eye.
I'm just saying.
Every
Put the
time
dragon
Teak
on a giant
Teak
hamster
opens it,
wheel
it
and
freaks
have
the
it
life out of me.
Well, you see, what happens is the front of the ship has this big window. It opens up, and the dragon can stick its head out the front, kind of like,
I see.
yeah.
Anyway, when is that?
That is next Saturday at 3 p.m. Eastern, 8 p.m. UK time, over on Twitch Thaco Gaming, and hopefully sooner than later up on our YouTube channel at Thaco Gaming.
I think that says it all, don't you? A little bit. What are you doing next week?
So I'm on I'm work in general, new training course. Meeting up with a friend for lunch or sort of coffee or something in the afternoon, hopefully next week. And then Saturday we're gonna do a early birthday tribute for Dave and watch a terrible shark film.
If it's any consolation, I'll be having to go through the hell of the RPG. Being bullied all evening.
Because
You
it
can
would have
watch
been
live on Twitch.
Dave's 60th on the 13th. So we will watch a very silly shark movie in his honor.
Now, are you going to watch Swamp Shark?
Oh no, don't start giving me
Sharktopus.
ideas.
Oh,
the original
Sharktopus.
Sharktopus.
Oh, that's a classic.
And Dave did actually interview the lady who plays the reporter. So,
She was a
Of-
friend of your show for a while.
she was.
Mhm.
So I do actually own the DVD. Actually, I think we have it on Blu-ray.
No,
Hi,
Lilibet,
my
you
name is
inherited
Lilibet.
the DVD.
Yes.
Shark
Yes.
DVD.
Yes.
Um,
Although what I've been watching this week is actually Up Pompeii.
Salute.
Yes, which is we had watched for the show a while back, and I was in a weird mood part of last week, and went, "Oh, I want something fun that's like half an hour."
Yeah.
Because I have to be asleep by about 9:30 because I get up at 5 in the morning, and I have to function and I have to have enough sleep, which really means putting myself to bed at like 8 so that I can wind down and relax and actually be asleep at a decent, which then like you just work backwards, right? It means, okay, then I need to have my wind down time. Then I need to like eat at a certain time so that I'm not just going to lay down with a full stomach. And I, so I was like, okay, I got half an hour before I need to start getting ready for bed. What do I put on? And so I found that and pulled
Have
that.
you got
off-
Anne Churchill Said to Me?
Yes.
Ah, okay.
Do you have WKRP in Cincinnati?
Ooh.
I don't think so. I've seen it.
So
I've seen some of it. I've certainly seen the turkey episode.
Yeah, I think everyone's seen
Everybody
it.
was seeing.
We have to because Brian insists upon it every year.
Yes. But I don't
every year.
think
Thanks.
As
I don't
God is
think
my witness.
that's in the stack of DVDs. But yes, and Churchill Said to Me, and then what is it? Up the Chastity Belt, I think.
Oh, the film version.
Yeah, and the film of Pompeii, and there's an awful lot. Dave
Awful,
did not do
really.
things by halves.
No, he did not. No, he was a big man. He was a bear of a man. Very gentle, but he could get grumpy. And when he went for something, he went for it solidly.
Yes.
He
Yes.
didn't, like you say, didn't do things by halves. Bless him.
No. And
So-
he did. You heard the time when he almost got mugged and didn't hear it properly.
Yeah.
You've heard that. Yes.
Yeah. Then we all have a Dave Keep story. I've got
Yes.
a couple. One of my favourite being when he nearly killed Warwick Davis. I was there for that. Yeah, that was an interesting moment. We just realised we were on the wrong press announcement. We realised this when I think it must have been a Harry Potter thing. So Warwick Davis is coming in with all the makeup and everything else like that, and Dave says, "Oh, we're in the wrong place," and turned around and nearly knocked him flying. That's right. I think we'd gone up to the O2 or the Excel Centre or something like that to do the press launch for the David Tennant version of Fright Night, which was awful. And we never got anything that we wanted out of that. Unfortunately, he was running late, so we didn't get to interview him. Dave managed to give him a CD with the Tom Baker interview we'd done. But yeah, that was a bit of a disappointing evening, that, to be fair. Except for that moment. Yeah. I've heard from Spanky.
Oh, good. Yes. How is he doing?
It's all right. The trouble is he's not getting any support. Hex is back from the Navy, I think, this weekend for a little bit. He's playing an absolute blinder. But yeah, he was hoping to come on this evening, and he either hasn't been able to or he's forgotten.
We wish him the best, and I hope he gets the support.
And
that he
Liz is
needs.
getting better, Sinister's wife.
Yes.
Yes.
It's been
That's
remarkable,
amazing.
quite frankly. Sudden turnaround. I'm really worried she's
Well,
going
it's
too
been
fast.
a month.
Yeah, but she was in critical that whole time. She now needs time on.
For
They're
about
saying
3
she
weeks.
needs 6
Yeah.
weeks on the ward, but nope, she's going back next week. She's going home. I'm worried, but I do that. So It's part of my job description.
Send her some cookies.
I don't know if Liz likes cookies.
Everybody likes cookies.
I don't know.
I'm just saying, cookies are a good pick-me-up.
See, we were hoping to go up and see Sinister last night, but he was too knackered. So,
Well, he's
that's
doing
very,
a
very
bunch of
understandable.
renovations and stuff.
He's got so much on his plate at the moment. It's
And just being at the hospital is an exhausting thing, even when you're not actively doing anything.
Yes.
It's just exhausting.
it's because of it.
So,
Because you're still alert.
and he's working and raising 2 children at the same time.
To be fair, the kids. Well, Alice is. She hasn't.
Did you see
flown
Alice's
the nest, but-
video about her job?
No, I didn't.
Some guy almost decked.
Oh,
one of the
that. Yes, I
managers.
did see that.
Yeah.
Sorry, say that again.
Some guy almost decked one of the managers at where she works.
I'd not seen that. I'm going to go and look that up.
I think he took the video down because he doesn't want her in trouble.
Yeah, that's
For filming it.
understandable. Yeah.
Although, as far as I'm concerned, if you do crime and people film you doing crime, you deserve what you get. Don't do
Yes.
crime.
Doesn't always go like that, sadly.
Hey, look,
Really
we have
actually-
video of you doing this. Easy to prosecute.
Don't do dumb stuff.
Anyway. So 2 weeks.
2 weeks.
2 weeks. We'll be back
2 weeks.
with The Demons, Neverwhere, A Big Finish, and Kolchak. Don't expect us all to listen or watch to all of it. Some of us will miss out on some of this stuff. I won't be watching Kolchak, for example.
How much of Neverwhere should we be watching? The whole thing, or
It's one long story, so it's split
So
into
the
6
whole
parts.
6
If
part.
you can, yeah. I think you'll
Okay.
find it rewarding. I hope you'll find it rewarding.
Well, I do like Neil himself, so
The book's great.
Yeah, you just have to keep in mind, see it through a very 90s lens.
Yeah.
oh yeah,
But even then, for its time, because it was mostly location shot, and it looks like there's some money spent on it for its time, for the BBC, you know, and then this is, wow, now it's... Well, they tried, didn't they? But it's a case of, no, for its time, it was brilliant. So, you know. So, yeah, that's 4 p.m. Eastern, 9 p.m. Greenwich Mean Time. In 2 weeks' time on a Sunday, probably. I'll try and get Neil Gaiman to join us. He won't. Yeah. Do you want to say goodbye?
Bye.
bye.
Do you see how smoothly I went into that? It was pretty good, wasn't it? Really. Feel free to say yes or no.
Well done.
Thank you. See, I'm trying to fill up space until I
You
get...
were superb.
Thank you. That's good. Okay, now we can go. Beep.
You've got to fight for what you want, for all that you believe. It's right to fight for what we want, to live the way we please. As long as we have done our best, then no one can do more. And life and love and happiness are well worth fighting for. They're well worth fighting for.
You see, audience, you don't get to see me boogie on down to this theme tune. Brian and Lilibet do. Space.